to our special report on the HR industry. Today we will be exploring... Really?
What? I'm on time. I'm not late. Your tie, it's crooked. There you go, there you go. Are you not wearing pants?
Yes?
Today. Hello, and welcome to our special report on the HR industry. Today we're exploring what the well-regarded consulting firm CPS HR Consulting calls the Integrated HR Systems Approach.
Well, that's a mouthful, Pranita. I'm not sure what it means, but sounds exciting. Let's get a little background information from an HR insider, Anne-Marie Anderson.
CPS HR Consulting was organized in 1985 as a joint powers authority. So we're a self-supporting governmental entity. We have a board of directors comprised of other public agencies. So what we do is we provide HR and management consulting services throughout the public sector. This unique model allows us to be both innovative and flexible as we help our clients achieve greater innovation and greater effectiveness within the organizations.
Jerry, tell us more about how this holistic approach works with the various CPS HR products and services.
Well, I think the TSA project, which we started in 2002, was probably the first opportunity to display that with the customer. In initial stages, we were doing what the customer wanted, and we weren't really looking at the total system and saying, how could we improve this? Obviously, we're dealing with national security, so this was very heightened sensitivity to the way the process was being managed. So our ability to get in, engage the airports for the first time in the process, because they weren't engaged originally, was really the catalyst for changing the way the process worked, and then also the cost drivers for it went down significantly because we were able to redesign and redo the process. But I think it was because we were able to consult on the project and not just be an extra pair of hands to the customer that allowed us to bring that about.
TSA was a great project. I can see how CPS HR services solved their workforce problem.
Katie, tell us what kind of impact the TSA project had at CPS.
So it's kind of ironic with this project. We were trying to take an integrated, broad approach selling multiple products and services. However, it was difficult because our organization was still very siloed. Everybody worked in their own world, maybe touching on one or two different products and services, but we really weren't good at sharing information.
Joe, it's your line.
I see what you mean. Even your graphic from 2004 reinforced how CPS worked in boxes.
How did that change?
It changed based on the customer needs changing. Up until then, the requests were more transactional and really coming out of the HR area of the organization or agency. Now we had programs involved as well, and they were looking for a more consultative or strategic approach. So we, in essence, broadened and developed our product line to take into account the needs of our client base.
Thus began the transformative years when CPS went from fish to butterflies.
CPS HR knew they had to transform how they delivered services to stay competitive and fulfill their innovative and unique role in the public sector. But, like any change, there was some resistance, and not everyone was ready to take the leap of faith.
In 2009, that leap of faith transformed CPS HR. The organization's vision and mission were changed to reflect a systems approach for product and services delivery.
A new model, complete with a cool graphic, illustrated the new systems approach.
The systems approach is all about how we sell our products and services and engage with our customers. What's happening in the greater world impacts our customers. When we work with them, we need to be able to reach into the integrated HR systems model and recommend a solution that drives their organizational performance.
So the systems approach is about improving organizational performance through providing a
Absolutely excellent HR products and services. Now let's listen to a couple of client examples to bring this concept to life.
All right, this is an example of a consultative approach, actually, when you're already engaged in the project, that we were basically upgrading and standardizing a performance evaluation system for a Northern California small district. And once we got in and we're actually talking to the organization, we realized that one part of their HR system, which was a merit award, a very unusual thing for a public agency, was not included in the initial scope of the project. And in consultation with the client, got them to understand that that really had to be included for us to have the kind of effectiveness that we really wanted in the total project for them.
An example of applying the systems approach to a large state agency was one client who came to us and asked primarily for an classification study. They did not realize until they started describing their problem to us that they needed a broader approach that looked at the organization as a whole, the efficiency and effectiveness. And so because of our broader skill set, we were able to offer them a solution to their problem that was not limited and that they were very pleased with.
As the training manager, we get calls all of the time for individual classes. But we take a consultative approach when we are working with our clients, and we want to really talk to them about the full range of products. So just recently we got a call from a local government agency who wanted a classification and compensation class. But when we got to talking with them about what they really needed, they need help writing job specifications. So we were able to provide that service to them instead of the original class they asked for.
Now let's hear from a CPS HR client.
Hi, my name is David Rex. I'm the Assistant Secretary at the Government Operations Agency. Government is now taking a more systems approach to its own operations. You can clearly see this in the Governor's Reorganization Plan of 2012. The Governor's Plan reorganized over 70 departments to be more efficient and aligned in the way they can have outcomes to their citizens. By looking at state government as a whole and reorganizing with the goal of making government more responsive to the public, we are ensuring California's state government meets the modern needs of its citizens.
Okay, Jerry, what do you have to say about the systems approach?
You know, it's interesting because I think when we first started down this, we really looked at it being primarily an external driver. And then I think it didn't take hold until we turned it internal and started looking at our organization as a system. And I think that's what made the difference, because for us, I think the ability to try, experiment, and employ these types of processes and methodologies on our own organization first really enabled us to be able to look at other organizations and say, how would they react if we came in? We have to have some experience, some experiential knowledge about how this would work and what would be the impact, and what better way to do that than to do it on your own organization. So I think it was a catalyst for really changing our organization. And when we really drilled into developing that model around how we go to market and how we provide our services, I think that really was the impetus for where we are today. I think it really helped solidify our belief that as a consultative organization, we could have the impact that we wanted that would lead to the transformation of other organizations, that would lead to the mission-driven purpose that we're about. But I don't think it would have happened if we did not take that model and look at ourselves first and say, how can we be different? How can we approach organizations in a way that we get at improving organizational performance, which is really the core of the model that we have. It's not just about selling services, it's about improving organizations and the way they perform in order to meet their objectives and their strategic goals.
Transformation complete.
CPS HR is now using a systems approach to provide client solutions.
We are all part of our own CPS HR system, and everything that each of us does contributes to improving the systems of our clients, from transactional to transformational work. Whether you're working directly with a client, proposing a solution, answering the phone, preparing an invoice, keeping CPS computer systems running, creating a marketing message, or preparing and shipping materials, you are making our systems approach work.
And that is why all of you and everything that you do every day is so important to our work in transforming human resource services for our clients. Thank you.
Well, that's it for our special report on the HR industry. I'm Pranita, and stay classy.
And I'm Joe. Thanks for stopping by.
Stay classy.
But mostly thank you for stopping by.
Stay classy.
But thank you for stopping by.
No. Joe.
Thank you for stopping by.
Sure.